Hello everyone. As you know, we are reading chapter 3 and the name of the chapter is Private, Public and Global Enterprise. So in this video we will continue with the chapter 3 itself. So let's start. So today we are going to learn about the second form of public enterprise, that is public, or we can say statutory corporations. So statutory corporations are body corporates formed by a special act of parliament or by the central or state legislature. It is fully financed by the government, its powers, objects, limitations, etc., and are also decided by the act of the legislature. Examples include Air India or State Bank of India or Life Insurance Corporation of India, etc. So basically public corporation is a corporate body, okay, and it is created by the public authority, and it's created by the public authority with defined powers and functions, and financially it is independent, and it is administered by the board which is appointed by the public authority, and it is answerable to the public authority itself. So its capital structure and financial operations are similar to those public companies, but it is a stockholder, and it retains no equity interest, and it are deprived of voting rights and powers of appointment of the board. And it is like, here are some examples given, like Air India or State Bank of India, or we can say Reserve Bank of India, Life Insurance Corporation of India, and there are many more. Okay, so let us know about the features of public corporations. So number one is separate legal entity. So a public corporation is a separate legal entity with perpetual succession and common sale. It has an existence independent of the government, and it can own properly and can make, control and file suits in its own name. That means a public corporation is created by the separate legislative act, okay, and it can sue or to be sued without any government approval. It doesn't need any government approval. Okay. Then second is capital provided by the government. Obviously, in public corporations, the capital is provided by the government itself. Okay. So the capital of the public corporation is provided by the government or by agency controlled by the government. However, many public corporations have also begun to raise money from the capital market. That means these corporations are financed by the government, and in some cases like private capital may also be associated, but at least 51% of the shares are held by the government. Okay. Then next we have financial autonomy. A public corporation enjoys financial autonomy, and it prepares its own budget and has authority to retain and utilize its earning for its business. That means these types of corporations are not dependent on the state. Okay, and it is not dependent on the state for its day-to-day financial requirement. Okay, so these legislatures do not pass their budget, but they can also raise loans separately. They can retain it. They can earn for their business. Then number 4 is own staff. A publication corporation has its own staff whose appointment, remuneration and service conditions are decided by the corporation itself. That means this type of corporations recruit their own employees, okay, or own staff, and they can appoint capable person who can manage the corporation on commercial lines. The next is service motive. The main objective of public corporation is service motive, though it is expected to the self-supporting and earn reasonable profit. See, private company or private corporation is made by a individual to earn a profit, whereas public corporations is based on the service to the public. Their main motive is to give the service to the public or others. Okay, so though it is expected to the self-supporting and earn reasonable profit, but they believe in giving or providing service to the person. Next is merits and advantages of public corporation. Merits and advantages meaning the same. Number one is internal autonomy. It enjoys a good deal of autonomy in its day-to-day operation and is free from political interference. So, public corporation have internal freedom. They have totally freedom, okay, and they can devise their own policies or programs, and they can set their own goals, and they can decide their own line of actions, and there is no interference of any public corporations or any public authority. They are free to do whatever they can. The next is quick decision. It can take prompt decision and quick actions as it is free from the prohibitory rules of government. It itself is a government, okay. So they don't have the rigidity in their work, as in case like departmental undertaking, they have that rigidity. So the flexibility is necessary for the success of a business concern, okay, and this management is free to take the decision in the interest of the organization. They can take the quick decisions and they try to success their decision. Next is parliamentary control. Their performance is subject to discussion in parliament, which ensures proper use of public money. So whatever their deals, these deals are discussed in parliament, and so they can fully ensure that public money is used properly, okay, because they have the parliamentary control. The parliament decides, okay. Next is efficient management. That their directors and top executives are professional and experts of different fields. That means these corporations utilize the service of competent person, okay, and they are free to employ person according to their requirement. So all important positions are given to the capable persons, and they have their own cadres of employees. They take the professional or highly qualified and who is eligible for the post, okay. Then next is easy to raise capital. As such, corporations are fully owned by the government. They can easily raise required capital by floating bonds at a low rate of interest. Since these bonds are safe, the public also feels comfortable in subscribing these bonds. As we individuals, we people believe in government policies or government companies, okay, because we think that this policy is of government. So we free to believe and we feel comfortable in subscribing their bonds or taking their bonds. So since this, because we believe that our bonds is safe in public corporation, okay, so for that this public corporation can easily own the capital, okay, because people believe them and they give the interest, they give the low rate of interest, okay. Then next is demerits, or we can say disadvantages, or we can say limitation of public corporation. Number one is autonomy and flexibility only in theory. Autonomy and flexibility advantage of a public corporation exists only in theory, but in practice there is a lot of interference in the working of a public corporation by ministers, government officers and other politicians. Though in theory we just read that it is free from the interference of the public properties, but it is not true, okay. Though the public corporation enjoy internal autonomy, still government interference is there, okay, and the concerned government department exercise direct or indirect control over those bonds. And all important policies are decided with government approval. So this management is also appointed by the government itself. So the limited autonomy is exercised by this corporation, yes, and there is a less of flexibility in this corporation because all the decisions, and there is a lots of interference of the ministers or government or other officials or politicians in this public corporation. Next is misuse of monopolistic power. Public corporations often enjoy monopoly in their field of corporation. As such, on the one hand, they are indifferent to consumer needs and problems, and on the other hand, often do not hesitate to exploit consumers. That means these corporations enjoy their monopoly because they don't have that competition. As in private corporation, we have the business competition, okay, but in government corporation there is no competitions among the companies or business, and they enjoy their monopoly. So as such, other hand, they are indifferent to consumer needs also and problems. They sometimes they avoid customer needs or problems, okay, and they do not hesitate to exploit customer. There is no feelings of helping the customer, okay. The next is problem of passing a special act. A public corporation cannot be formed without the passing a special act, which is in time consuming and difficult process. Hence the scope of setting a public corporation is very restricted. So everybody cannot start or cannot set a public corporation, yes, because there is lots of formalities, lots of paperwork or special acts has been there, yes. So to do this paperwork or formalities, the times is required. So it consumes a lots of time, and it is a kind of difficult process. So that's why it is very difficult for a public corporation to pass a special act. Then next we have is rigid constitution. The constitution of a public corporation is very rigid. It cannot be changed without amending the statute of its formation. Hence, a public corporation could not be flexible in its operation. That means any change in the sphere of activities of the corporation involves a change in the statute of the corporation, and this statute can be amended only by the legislature, and it is difficult process and takes much more time, okay, and it is not a kind of flexible in its operations. It consumes lots of times and labor. Then number 5th point is lack of initiative. Public corporations do not have to face any competition as they are not guided by a profit motive. So the employees do not take a initiative to increase the profit or reduce loss. The losses of the public corporation are made good by the government. So in public corporation there is a lack of competition, yes, and so lack of competition because they don't have that motive of getting a profit. So the employees, those who are working there, they do not indulge themselves or do not take that initiative to increase the profit or reduce the loss. Whatever they have, the employees feel that it is not of that. It is not because of their service. They are just doing their work because they don't have that initiative to increase the profit or reduce the loss. So the losses of the public corporation are made good by the government itself. It is not for that employees. They do not indulge themselves in this type of corporation. They are just doing their work and they are not giving their best for the corporation. So this is all about statutory corporation or public corporations. So in next video we will read about the third form of public enterprise, that is government companies. Children, take care. Thank you.